Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Anime Lounge podcast, Short Flights. We're going to be covering episode 3 of Chainsaw Man in this episode. Per our tradition, we have a drink of choice. Unfortunately, Lance can't drink because he's at work, so I'm going to drink for the both of us. I'm drinking a Michelob Ultra.
A little censored because of your background. That's funny.
Yep. And drinking something a little bit lighter today. I've had more than enough to drink in the past week. I think I can go away with something a little light.
Yeah, because you've been on vacation, which is why we're a couple days late, but that's totally fine.
Yep. Lance, can you give us a synopsis for episode 3 of Chainsaw Man?
Sure. Just to be quick, this is the episode where we follow Power and we get to learn that she has great love for cats, and her and Denji go on a little mission where we soon find out that Power tricked Denji into, something to get her cat back. And that's pretty much it. And the whole reason the whole trick thing happened was because Denji is like, my one and only goal is to touch a boob, and your goal is to get your cat back. So let's work together. If I can touch your chest, I'll help you get your cat back.
And then, of course, she entices him, being like, fine, you can touch my chest if we go do this.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he's all about it. And then on the, like a train car, not trolley, that's the word I was looking for. You think she was sitting like that on purpose?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, especially later when you find out that, that's all a trick, just to get him to, he's just going to be food for that giant ass bat. So, yeah, to keep him intrigued, keep him motivated, sitting all chest out and spread out. It's pretty funny.
Yep.
All I can think about is boobs. It's really funny.
And it's funny because who is technically his handler? Not Makima, but
Aki, the guy.
Aki. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He even pseudo protected Denji because he didn't say that his only goal was to touch boobs. He's like, he just wants to live and be happy or something along those lines.
Yep, that too. Yeah, and he also threw in there that he wants to make friends with devils too, but yeah, he kept all their parts out.
Yep. So it was that was a pretty interesting part. I did think it was hilarious that the only reason why he accepted the mission was because she was like, yeah, you could touch my boobs. I guess that's fine.
Yeah, and then like the flip of a switch, he gets all sentimental and super invested in it as if he cared the entire time. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
One thing that I forgot to talk about in previous episodes is these guys have sharp, like shark teeth. Do you think this is going to be common for all fiends, or do you think that's just because creator choice on two main characters?
I think it's going to be a devil thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So right now the only real fiend we've seen was because in the first episode when he was taking over, I was going to say the first episode, the Yakuza guy didn't have the sharp teeth, but I think that was just because his original body didn't have it, and he was kind of being taken over for it. Or no, he wasn't taken over for it. Never mind.
No, I think he was just completely he was just eaten afterwards by that zombie devil.
Yep. So I think it's just going to be a devil thing, and fiends, basically anybody taken over by a devil. These are the only two people we've seen, because that's what I was trying to get at. These are the only two we've seen up to that point. So,
yep. I guess we'll see in the future. I'm really hoping that they'll introduce a couple more, at least some more like secondary friends or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Or even just seeing some fiends that they don't kill right away for whatever reason or something along those lines. That'd be interesting. Do you think it's a creator choice, or do you think this is a devil fiend thing?
I brought that up because I was thinking maybe this is going to be like a fiend thing, just because the two fiends that we have as main characters are, shark teeth. I know they kind of made an introduction into episode 2 about a fiend. I don't remember anything about that dude's mouth or anything, but I guess we'll just see.
I think his face was taken over.
Maybe.
I think so.
Oh well.
Uh,
I'd another thing that crossed my mind while watching this episode, before we knew anything, and Power was describing how her cat got taken away, and then shortly after she joined this do we even have a name for our group? Like this little corporation that goes devil hunting?
Public Safety Committee.
Public Safety Committee. Okay, I'll
Mhm.
try to remember that. So before Power joined the Public Safety Committee, I thought that there was going to turn into a situation where they tricked Power into joining the group, and they did so by like holding the cat hostage or something in order for her to, give lend her powers and stuff like that. But then, of course, we find in the end that the Bat tricked her, and Bat's just a douchebag and wanted
Yep.
just to grow back his limbs, which his limbs grew back with just like a couple drops of Denji's blood. It's a little bit of
Yep.
anime logic right there, but I thought that was kind of funny. And then he got torn off again like 2 minutes later.
Yep. Yep. It was hilarious that it just on and off so quickly.
Yep.
Before we talk about his fight, I really want you brought up a point of the artistic design. The
Mhm.
eyes of all the women are insane.
Oh yeah, everyone's a little different. It's pretty
Yep.
cool. Do you
Well,
think?
then even the bat's eyes were super cool.
Yeah, yeah. I suppose everyone's a little unique. I
Yep.
wonder if that's gonna show anything in the future. Do you think? Oh, what's her name? Makima, the teacher girl. Do you think she's a fiend, or do you think she's pure human?
I think she's human.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that too. In the first episode or two, I thought that she might have some kind of devil powers, but now I'm starting to believe that she's just a human.
Yeah, I think they might go into some backstory where she's got like she grew up under this person and has some amazing training throughout her whole life, something
Yeah,
along those lines.
yeah, I can see that.
So do you think she's like the director, not really the director, but in charge of all the public safety committee beyond those chairmen that she was speaking with?
No, because they made that mention that she's kind of just overseeing these not devils, but the fiends. Like they're her
The
pet
squad
projects.
squad four, I think is what they called them.
Yeah. Um, so that she's just in charge of this new project that's going on. And I
Okay.
think that this is kind of like an experimental kind of thing. And she's kind of more of a supervisor kind of a role.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just the but to go back to the eyes, like they made such a huge reference to it in the anime about seeing all the different kind of eyes. I was instantly drawn in. I'm like, oh man, that's so awesome.
Hmm.
Kind of like what Fire Force did, but like on steroids.
Right. Yeah. They did a little bit of they just made, geez, I can't think of the word, but they focused in on it.
Yep, yep.
But
And then
I was gonna say, coming close to talking about the bat fight, unless you got one more
yep,
thing to
that's
say.
actually nope,
Okay.
that's what I wanted to get back to.
Okay. So yeah, the final couple minutes of this episode was absolutely awesome. We get to
Yep,
see Denji rip out his chainsaws again. We get to learn
yep.
that he can retract them if needed. So I think that was kind of more like a reflex kind of thing because when he caught that car, he made that mention that they retracted and he was very surprised. So that's pretty interesting. Makes me one.
And
I was gonna say it makes me wonder if he can retract them, if like he's gonna have some kind of like evolution to where more body parts of himself, like his legs, his knees, or his elbows, or whatever, are gonna rip out even more chainsaws as the series continues, or like some kind of finale or something.
that'd be cool. Or maybe his entire arm instead of like his from his elbow down kind of turns into a chainsaw.
Oh, sure.
Something along those lines. I thought that was really cool. You got to see the growth of him being Chainsaw Man. That was really good
Hmm.
because he was able to control the chainsaws coming back out when he wanted them to come back out.
Yep. Yeah. So that
And
was
then he
pretty
could
cool.
he could talk to all the people, get him to go away. So that was really good because
Yep. I was happy to
um,
see that.
he made mention the first time. He's like, I had no control of what I was doing because I don't want to do it in the city. because I'm just gonna kill everything and everybody.
Oh,
So
did
that
he?
was, yeah,
I guess I forgot about that. Okay, so that's good that they
yes,
brought that in so that he's more of the public safety guy.
yep. I thought that was really good, and I liked the fact that they made a comment and made emphasis that he's not trying to kill people.
Hmm.
So that proves that he is more human. He's a human with the ability to be a devil. So that's
Right,
what I thought that was really important.
right. Yeah, I agree. And then I guess the only other thing I want to throw in here is we don't officially see Power get like rejected from the Bat body yet, do we? Like he just attacks him and he's
No.
trying to rip him in half. I got a quote. He says, "Give me my tits back." So that was pretty funny when he's. So I
Yep.
would like to expect the finale of or the finale of this fight being the very first thing that we see in episode 4, and then
Yep.
I kind of expect Power to be like, "Oh, I was wrong. We should be friends and stuff like that."
Yeah, I think it can be the kind of stepping stone to their friendship.
Exactly.
One thing I do want, the animation, all the CGI for this episode was fantastic.
Yeah,
In that
everything is
fight,
beautiful.
yes, it was an amazing fight. Even if it was only 2 minutes long, it was still an amazing fight. Just the
Hmm.
different angles, and then the gore was great too. Just the intestines coming out of the bat at the end was
Yep.
insane.
Yep. So much detail going in here. Everything just flows together so nicely. This is such an amazing anime.
Yep, they did an amazing job. Can't wait to see more of the same. Really,
Hmm.
it's
Exactly.
going to be so good.
Hmm.
It's definitely living up to the hype, if I would have to say.
Oh, for sure.
Um, and then the nice thing is for anybody that wants to watch it dubbed, the dub just came out too, so you can start on episode 1 of the dub for all our listeners that want to watch it dubbed instead of subbed.
Sure. Or
So,
even listen to both versions and see which one you like more.
yep.
Might just give that a try myself.
Do you have anything else?
Nope, I'm pretty good.
Okay. That was episode 3 of Chainsaw Man for our Anime Lounge short flights. Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment if there's anything you want to talk about or you want us to bring up on the next episode. Have a good one.
Later, guys.